Okay. Hey everybody, how are you doing? This is Lee Gersman with Charles Traynor. I'm just going to say for this episode it's the Lee Gersman and Charles Traynor review. How are you
All
doing,
right.
Charles?
Doing pretty good. Had to drink quite a bit. So there, for those people out there judging me for drinking, I'm a grown man, not driving, and I'm allowed to drink, damn it. And what are we doing today on the Lee Gerson show? We're whatever we're calling it today, the Lee and Charles review. Whatever.
It's an album by Heldon. I forgot to put what the French title is, except
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'm part French, believe it or not. Rêve, Conséquence, Spéciale.
Yeah, it's or a dream of no consequences, and
yeah, fucking French.
Yeah,
I'm a self-hating Frenchman.
Huh?
I'm a self-hating Frenchman. I mean,
yeah,
I'm not real big proud of that French heritage, but we did invent good French fries.
Yeah.
For the world. Yeah. If you like French fries, you're welcome. Even though they were invented in Belgium.
Yeah, I don't mind the French, but
I don't either. I mean, I don't get the hate of the French too much. They gave us Statue of Liberty.
Yep.
You know, and we wouldn't have won the Revolutionary War without them.
Yeah.
But we're getting very deep in history here. So, but anyway, we're on a French band called Heldon.
Yeah.
Where in the hell did you find this group, Lee?
Well,
what bargain bin did you find this in?
Well, actually, this is one that a friend of mine told me about, and and well, I'll just say he's a guy who even though there are certain things I like that he doesn't, and vice versa, he's more like me as far as people I would know.
Yeah. Which is funny on the Lee and Charles review this Today show.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily like you. And that's what makes this show fun from time to time.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you're a big Robert Fripp fan.
I am guessing that there are some things he does that I like. There are some things he's done that I think he wish he could have done better. But I did see him with King Crimson live. So, yes, I have seen him.
What about Brian Eno?
I do like his first couple of albums. Later on, he kind of did stuff where it sounded like he sort of put his elbow on the keyboard and forgot it was there and it was recorded. But he does have a song called Pierre in Mist, which I forget what album it's on. It's like a reddish kind of cover from like 87, and it sounds almost exactly like a song that I did, which and during that time later I kind of lost the tapes to my music, and I did like a Casio, and I did a pitch bend on some, and I did a certain chord change with a certain kind of instrumentation backing, and I did a horn section for the horn line. And everything that he does is exactly almost what I did, except it's a slightly different tune, but it really sounds like Eno took my song. But I can't really say he did that.
No, he did.
Yeah.
Well, that should let people know, if they know those two names.
Yeah.
Also the band King Crimson.
Yeah.
That this is prog, I guess. So I guess if you want to call
electronic too, more electronic.
Electronica rock.
Yeah.
Just a spoiler alert of where we're going, folks. I am a meat and potatoes rock and roll, almost a punk rock. I'm not a complete punk rock person, but I mean I do like a lot of punk. I'm a very meat and potatoes type person.
You mean it's kind of like music? You mean it's kind of like if someone says they're going to give you something exotic to eat, and when they put it on your plate, whatever the
I'm
thing
like,
is,
where's the
starts to talk
hamburger?
to you and say, "Hi, how's it going?" Are you probably going to shout, "Waiter"?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, where's the hamburger steak and mashed potatoes? You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I admit that. Now, I'm not trying to say that you prog fans that pray at the worship, you pray and worship King Crimson and fucking Rush and all these different bands. Good for you, man. I mean, I'm cool with that. I'm not of that ilk. I'm not.
You might
That
like
doesn't-
Jethro Tull.
No.
Have you ever heard the whole album by them?
I don't want to. But
Oh.
they are kind of a bridge between the two styles. I'll give you that. As close as I get to prog appreciation is Pink Floyd. That's as close as I can get.
All right.
What I'm saying is temper what I say about this album off a guy that likes, 3-4 chords, minute and a half song, let's go to the next song. That's me. I know Lee is more of a intricate musicality type person. We got that. He can enjoy some cool shit though from time to time when I tell him onto it. Usually when it's my
you've got a good track record.
Yeah, but Heldon, we'll see what I think of it. Just bear in mind, I'm not a prog person, so we'll see how this goes.
All right. Do you want to start?
Sure, why not?
All right. First song is Marie Virginie C. What do you think of it?
Well, I can say unequivocally that Doctor Who fans would be in heaven with this opening track. For the hell of it, I compared it to some Lou Reed metal machine music. You know that album, Lee?
I actually do.
Well, you must. And well, this is better than that. But that really isn't saying too much. I guess in the grand scheme of things, you know what I mean? Well, what we get is a dude just noodling endlessly in guitars, odd cymbal crashes, and a gobbledygook of sound that is pure bliss to the insane, I imagine. It isn't without all merits. Some of the keyboard sounds are cool, but this really seems like music that someone with intense autism would crank up in high-end headphones to block out all the world or something, like in the film The Accountant. And I mean no offense to the affliction of autism at all. I don't.
Oh, okay.
Very, very repetitive in spots as well. So they did do a good job of playing the same thing over and over again, I suppose. Which does show some talent, I guess. I admit, though, this is perhaps music above my intellect a bit. Go ahead, Lee.
All right, well, this sounds like it would come right out of post-apocalyptic John Carpenter movies, with zombies and half-monsters running after people in what is no longer a structured planet. It's very interesting and the type of thing that I like better when I listen to it again. Odd, of course, but satisfyingly so. Okay. Now for Elephanta. All right. This sounds like a weird dream type of percussion rhapsody by different street workers in New York at 3 o'clock a.m. with a few Cuban percussionists tagging along. It's definitely interesting and I don't not enjoy it. I also wouldn't skip it, but if it were me, I would have put on maybe a guitar solo. What do you think?
Well, it does have some interesting drum sounds going for it. That is one good thing here. It's still better than Lou Reed. So good job, Heldon.
Yeah.
Thumbs up. I'm going to go out on a limb and think that smart people who wax poetic about King Crimson and that ilk would go on and on about how great this group is, but I'm surely not one of them. And fuck King Crimson, too. It's just a bunch of noise that really goes nowhere, like a Toy Factory nightmare or something. Yeah, that's how I would describe it. There's absolutely nothing good here to my ears but a bunch of annoying noise.
All right. Well, okay. What do you think of MVC 2?
We almost have something that seems like a song. I mean, they can't resist a few odd things like what sounds like banging on pans or hubcaps at points, but the electronic bass line is actually pretty cool. This sounds like it would be good in a film, like maybe like a Terminator kind of film or something. I really don't understand the need of that clanging metal sounds throughout the song. Not needed. And they should have thrown a little of that guitar noodling, that noodling they like to do in there instead. But they do what they seem to do best here. Play the same thing over and over again ad nauseum. I really think one needs a tad bit of LSD to get off on this, but hey, this is the best thing I've heard thus far, minus those lame sound effect choices. And let it be known, kids, if you want to, if you can bang on odd metal objects, you can make a record, because this song proves it. MVC2.
All right, well, I put
far.
This must be part 2 of the first track, and it's not horrible, and I can listen to it without feeling irritation, but it seems to be the track with the least substance, like a soup with only water and no other ingredients. In context with the album, some people might think it's okay, but I think they could have added some more variety to it instead of it sounding mostly like an engine continuously churning. Okay.
Taylor Reed.
Yeah. And then the last song, Toward the Red Line. Okay. Despite the repetitiveness, I do like it. I think it has interesting sort of healing qualities. Like it makes me think of how I might tell someone something over and over again, and they look confused and don't get it. My feelings when that happens are like how this song is. It's also great when I wiggle my foot, either during the time I have GERD or not. It's the next best track on the album since the first track. I dig it. What do you think?
Oh joy, a 15-minute song. What we need, more long, repetitive, quote-unquote songs here. And we start out with something that sounds like a Pink Floyd reject from Dark Side of the Moon. But then it does something odd. It actually becomes a better version of that song of the Dark Side of the Moon, On the Run. Right, Lee?
Yes, I thought that too.
Listen of On the Run. I'm totally amazed. This one, even though way too long, is actually pretty cool. I mean, I usually skip On the Run, to be fair, because I think it seems like a waste of time on Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy the sounds here a bit more than most of what I heard the rest of the album. So
right on.
This isn't still my go-to for any kind of enjoyment of all, but this one actually is okay for this outfit. But it is far too long. And I'm not partaking in drugs currently. So without it, maybe not as enjoyable for me. But this one, this song in particular has some decent moments. You have nothing else to do. So for perhaps those prog rock fans, you would get off on this. Not for me, but I'd recommend it to the little prog rockers in your life for Christmas. There you go, Lee.
Thank you. And
Heldon.
Yeah. And
yeah,
one thing I will mention is off camera, Charles had shown me a track by a guy named Richard Penhas. He's the guy in the group. So,
he's in that group?
Yes.
Yeah, well, no, okay, so on camera. When I finish listening to this, Apple Music just picks whatever's next. This seems whatever, I guess, compared to that. And that's the song came up.
Yeah.
And that sounded interesting.
Yeah. He actually, weirdly enough, their weirdest stuff is their earliest stuff. And then as he continues, he becomes a little more commercial or a little more like, I guess maybe making money with music isn't bad. So if I can keep my hands in a limited sphere and not go all out, then maybe I might make a few more moolahs.
Well, you know, oddly enough, and you know I'm right, I'm actually going to go sacrilege here, and I know who the fuck isn't aware of Metallica?
Yeah.
Well, I've always told Metallica people, the metal dorks, when they lose their shit over the Black Album, well, what had happened? It's very simple. Metallica made the video for one. They saw their fucking album sales go through the roof because of it. Guess what? Bye-bye Metallica. You've lost them then. They got a taste of the money. So, you know, that's the way it boils down to. Do a little more money, fuck that shit, right? But that song that I sent you sounded pretty interesting. So maybe down the road, that one will come down the road there, folks, because we did a Heldon review on the Lee and Charles Reviews This Show, and I guarantee you not many people do a Heldon review.
In fact, I part of the reason why I delayed it was partly because I was having trouble trying to come up with what to say about it, and also partly because, knowing me, I have so many stuff that I want to do that I'm kind of like the guy in the liquor cabinet where, oh, I want some rum. Wait a minute, you just took out some cognac. Okay, whoa, wait, I just see the tequila. And then my friend who owns the locked liquor cabinet says, you're gonna take what I give you. And under my breath I say, fucking shit. But to his face I say, thank you so much. Kind of like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you, Charles, for doing this, and I'm glad that you didn't cry.
No, never.
You know?
I will listen to anything. Anything. Right. And give a great review. But we got to do some great jazz coming up soon. Oh, damn, my phone fell down. You can still hear me?
I still hear you.
Okay, good.
All right.
But Heldon, if you like prog, it's up your alley. If you like real music, then you don't like it.
Oh, okay. That's
whichever.
That's halfway fair. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
About that.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody, and Charles. This has been our show. Take care. Bye-bye.